Welcome to the second edition of Sports Central with, I'm your host, Nick Denner, and this is Austin Zellers and Clark Schoonover. We're gonna talk about college football, because that's everybody's favorite thing. Then we're gonna go to some student questions with Z, do the 2-minute drill of buyers, looks fun. And then we'll talk a little bit about our high school pick'em contest, a chance to win $15 from Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll give our picks and then kind of explain the competition in detail. So to start with, college football, classic.
Yeah. You know, when you talk about the NCAA, you got to bring up LSU coach Les Miles getting fired. I mean, 2-2 start on his 12th season, and they let him go.
Oh, I know. I mean, 2-2. Obviously, down there in LSU, they're used to winning, and this 2-2 start is obviously not what they were expecting. But also, Les Miles has done a lot for that program, and I think this is kind of a shock to a lot of fans in the college football world.
What do you guys think? And having another coach step up, or are they looking for a head coach somewhere this season? They're trying to put someone in halfway through, or?
I mean, they have Ed Orgeron or whatever his name is as their interim. And he was actually interim for USC a few years back when they fired Lane Kiffin. So I think they'll probably wait out this year, see what they can do.
That's probably
That's a smart
and
decision.
then look for some big names. I don't know. It'd be interesting. Who you guys think could be the big names that would maybe be taking the LSU job? You got any
I
ideas?
don't even have any ideas. I don't know. It's a long shot.
Oh,
right now.
well, Tom Herman, obviously.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Houston, that's always the...
For sure. Next, you can look at Notre Dame with their 0-3 start with losses to Texas, Michigan State, and Duke. That puts them in the beloved 5th spot of the ESPN bottom 10 list. What are you guys thinking about that?
Well, for those of you that aren't familiar with the bottom 10, there's this guy named Ryan McGee on ESPN who picks the 10 worst teams in college football every week. But he always, for the 5th spots, he saves it for a special underperforming FBS or like Power 5 or Notre Dame, for example. And Notre Dame's definitely been the most underperforming of the Power 5 schools this year.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Well, and the other thing is we talked about the Big 12, and that was supposed to be one of the Big 12's marquee non-conference wins when Texas knocked off Notre Dame. But then after Texas loses to Cal, and now Notre Dame doesn't look very good. Another knock on the Big 12.
That justifies that W.
All right, guys. Now we're gonna hop over to some student-led questions, and remember, DM us, comment, email, anything. We're always willing to answer any questions or comments you guys might have in the sports world. So this week we have another question from Brett Blackman. He asks, out of the undefeated teams in the NFL, which team do you think has the best chance of winning the Super Bowl? Now, so far, there have been 3 games, and there is 5 3-0 teams in the NFL. Those teams include the Patriots, the Broncos, the Ravens, the Eagles, and the Vikings. I think all 5 of those teams have obviously played very well so far this season, as they're 5-0. I think that start off with the Patriots. I think they've just been very impressive. Now they don't have Tom Brady; he gets back week 5, and they've just been finding ways to win. I think they've had a couple guys step in at quarterback in their team. They've had a bunch of guys step up. I really think that's going to help them later in the season. And once Tom gets back, they're just going to continue their
There's a lot of talent on that team, for sure.
Yeah,
Well, I just think it shows the fact that they're able to win. It's not like they've been playing terrible teams.
No.
They beat the Cardinals week 1, won their division last year. Beat the Texans, shut out the Texans, and the Texans won the AFC South the year before that. So it's amazing what the Patriots are able to do, and I think all the credit in the world goes to Bill Belichick.
No, I completely agree. And another 3-0 team is the Denver Broncos. Obviously, coming off their Super Bowl win, their defense is right where it
where they
left off last
sure.
year. They have the best defense in the NFL. I don't think anyone will argue that. They've been very solid. The one thing that I come up with the Broncos this year is the AFC West is a solid conference. I mean, obviously you have the Chiefs, who they're a good team. They have a lot of talent. Then you also have to throw in the Raiders, who have a lot of young talent. I think the Raiders are a team that's going to be really good here in the next couple of years, and I think they're going to give the Broncos a run for their money in the AFC West.
Well, even though the Chargers are probably the 4th best team in the division, they're still improved over last year. Last year they're pretty bad, but they played Indianapolis. They almost beat Indianapolis on the road, and they just destroyed Jacksonville. And obviously they got ahead early against the Chiefs, and then I think they showed that they're not going to be anyone that you can just expect a W when you play them.
I completely agree.
Sure.
Now moving on to the Ravens. The Ravens are the one 3-0 team that I'm just not very impressed with. They've had 3 very close games. They've played the Browns and Jacksonville, and both of those games were very tight. Those were the last 2 games. the Ravens just aren't showing me much. I'm just not very impressed. I don't think
That
they're going
strength
to
of
do
schedule is
anything.
obviously a little down.
And I know
compared to the
that
others.
they have some bigger games coming up, and I just don't think they're going to withstand their early success.
I'd have to agree with that. Yeah, it's just a lot
Yeah.
more scheduled than
Yeah.
anything.
Mhm.
And then moving down to the Eagles. Now, the Eagles are a team that I really like. I really like Carson Wentz. I think he is the front runner for the Rookie of the Year award on that side. And I really like the Eagles. I think they can do some damage this year. So
Well, I think they're definitely the surprise team of the early NFL so far. I don't think anyone expected the Eagles to,
No.
to do what they're doing. And I mean, a little bit had to do with their schedule in the first 2 weeks, but I mean, they took it to a Pittsburgh team that was supposed to be really
completely
good.
agree. And I mean, before the season started, they didn't even know who their starting
Yeah.
quarterback was going to be up there in
Especially
Philadelphia.
with,
So
especially with how the NFC East has been in the past. I mean, you don't really expect anybody to come out of there as hot as they've been.
no.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like you said, the NFC East is a weaker division. That gives Philadelphia a great opportunity to really sustain the
agree.
success
I agree,
late
sure.
into the season.
Now, for our final 3-0 team so far, you come into the Minnesota Vikings, which is, as much as I don't like saying it, I really like how they've been playing so far. I mean, they've had some impressive wins. I mean, they played NFC North rival, the Packers, at home in their new stadium, and they handled them pretty well. And, I mean, just last week against Carolina, I mean, at Carolina, a 12-point win, I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah,
You can't
for
count
sure.
them out on
It's a
that.
good
I think that their defense is playing pretty well. They have solid defense. And Sam Bradford is only going to get better with that offense.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have much experience, and week by week he should be getting better. So
So I think Sam Bradford is kind of an up and down career through the NFL, but I think he's a talented guy. It's just he's had a lot of health problems with staying healthy. And I mean, as long as he can stay healthy, I think the Vikings could definitely be a team. Maybe even make a push for the Super Bowl.
I
which
agree.
is
I agree.
Crazy considering that they're not going to have their starting running back or their starting quarterback at
Yeah.
what they projected at the beginning of the season, and they got a really good chance.
So to get back to the original question, who do we think has the best chance to win the Super Bowl? My personal opinion, as much as I like the Vikings, I have to stick with the Patriots. I just think as well as they've been playing without Tom Brady, I think once Tom Brady comes back, he's going to do his thing, and they're going to find themselves back in another Super Bowl this year.
And I'm going to have to say the Broncos because, I mean, the Broncos won the Super Bowl last year. And if you look at their team this year to last year, really the only change is Trevor Siemian to Peyton Manning. And what we've seen out of Trevor Siemian these first 3 weeks, I mean, he's shown maybe he's even an improvement over last year's Peyton Manning. So I definitely think the Broncos are a team you should be looking out for.
I'm thinking these hot Patriots with their offense firing, and once Tom Brady and his leadership comes back, I don't know if they'll be unbeatable. You know.
I completely agree.
Okay, now for everyone's favorite part of the show, the 2-minute drill with Evan Byers.
Hi, I'm Evan Byers, host of the 2-minute drill, and my 2 minutes starts now. So for high school, I got to pick Derby, the Big Green Monster, 4-0, versus Bishop Carroll, a 3-1 team. Both teams are solid. Bishop Carroll is 2-1 in district, and Derby is 2-0 in district. I mean, Derby is nationally ranked 106. That is just incredible, as opposed to Bishop Carroll's national rank of 2,828. I have to pick Derby in this game, and I think they're going to go undefeated and win state. So now let's talk about college. Louisville Cardinals versus Clemson Tigers. Louisville ranked 3, Clemson ranked 5. Louisville is projected to get the dub with a 53.9% chance of winning, and you cannot just forget about Lamar Jackson. I think he's my beginning of the season Heisman winner as of now. He has 13 touchdowns, 1,330 yards, and keep in mind, that is just in a couple games. So Clemson obviously is great, with Watson throwing for 9 touchdowns, but 4 interceptions. I think that the Louisville Cardinals secondary is going to pick them off, and I think Louisville will win. And I still think Lamar Jackson, Heisman winner. And that brings us now to the NFL. The most important game of the week is going to be the Vikings versus the Giants. Now, I know Austin already talked about the Vikings, and me as a Vikings fan myself, I cannot complain about how they're doing this year. 3-0 versus 2 preseason top 5 ranked teams. That's the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. Both teams are absolutely great, and I think the Vikings are a real Super Bowl contender this year. Now, the Giants, they're 2-1, but they're really not that good. They got Odell, and they got Eli, a pick machine, okay? If Odell can't get the ball, then it doesn't even matter. So, the Vikings are going to win this game. ESPN agrees with a 75% chance of winning. Sam Bradford will be more settled in the offense. And this is how...
Welcome back. I hope you made it through the 2-minute drill with Evan Byers. We barely did, but Anyways, we'll give our quick grades for what we thought the 2-minute drill was. Clark, what did you think?
You know, with that performance I saw from Evan Byers, I'm thinking C+ max.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm going C-. For those of you that didn't see, we had about 6 takes of Byers couldn't get through his show without laughing. Z.
I'm gonna have to go. There's a couple words that I think describe Evan Byers' performance, and that is big green monster.
It's true. Derby is the big green
Byers,
monster.
Byers gets a D+ in my.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
We'll
man.
see.
But did you disagree with my picks? That's
No,
what.
no. I think we'll see if he can rebound next week.
Yeah. So Byers has a B+ through week 1. We'll average that out to a C. So Byers' GPA is looking at about a 2.5 right now.
All right.
Okay, now we're gonna make our high school picks for the Pick'em. I know some of you out there watching are gonna be competing. Don't feel free to join in. You got till Friday when the games start to join. Either DM us your picks for the ACHS Sports Talk account, or you can just tweet on our tweet. You can reply to the tweet, or you can comment on this video with your picks. The rules is you gotta beat everyone else that's competing, and you also gotta beat us. If you beat us and you pick more right, or if it's tied and you're closer with your tiebreaker, you get a $15 Buffalo Wild Wings gift card. Pretty simple thing. Okay, fellas, we're gonna start off with the hometown teams. First game, we got Andover Central versus Pittsburgh. I feel like Z and Schooner kind of up against the wall here, corner. But who are you gonna pick? Let's see who you're gonna pick. Clark.
No, I gotta go with our team here. I gotta go Andover Central 14-7 victory here. I got confidence going in.
No, our defense, I would say, is the stronger part of our team. But I am gonna have to pick Pittsburgh, and I'm gonna go 35-6. I just feel like we're gonna struggle to score without some of our key offensive weapons.
I gotta take the Jags. I got 21-14. And guys, we're saying the score to this game because this is our weekly tiebreaker. By the way.
Yeah, so please make sure with your picks when you submit them, you submit the score to what your predicted score for the Andover Central Pittsburgh game.
I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I got to pick Pittsburgh in this game. The Jaguars are just facing major injury with Cole Taylor and new Clark Schoonover injury. It's just really going to hurt. I'm picking 28-3.
Getting a field goal, okay?
Reagan Jones with the field goal.
Reagan Jones with the
I don't
field
think
goal.
we're making it to the end zone.
Heard it here first. Reagan Jones is making a field goal.
Yep.
Okay, then definitely the marquee high school match of the week. You got Derby, who's 4-0, ranked number 1 in the entire state, at Bishop Carroll, who's number 4 in 5A and is 3-1. Clark, who you got in that one?
I gotta go with the big green monster here.
Oh.
Derby,
I-
a powerful team. I'm picking them.
Derby.
I got Derby.
Big green monster all day. Go Derby.
Okay, our next game is Eisenhower at Hutch. Eisenhower's 1-3, Hutch is 3-1. Who you got?
I got Hutch in this game.
I got Hutch.
Hutch.
Yep, Salt Hawks all the way.
Next game is 3-1 Campus, surprising start at 3-1 Andover. That could be a pretty good game. Who you got?
The Camps versus Andover game, I'm going with Andover.
Nah, I got Andover.
I like the spread offense. I go Andover.
Come on. Why would anyone pick Campus? Andover's the right choice.
Next game, it's a good matchup for 4A. The division we're playing is May South, who's 3-1, at Mulvane, who's 5th in 4A at 3-1. That could be a tight game.
I'm going with May South.
I'm gonna have to go with May South.
I'm going against the grain. I got Mulvane in that game.
I gotta follow suit with Detter and Schoon, and I'm going with Mesa.
We're gonna move on to another City League matchup. 2-2 Capon at 2-2 Northwest.
I'm going with Northwest in this game.
I'm gonna go with Northwest.
I like Northwest a lot.
No, I like Capon.
There you go. Then our next matchup, we're moving down to I don't even know what league that is, but Trinity at 2-2 Trinity at 4-0 Conway Springs. Who you got?
I got Conway Springs.
At Conway Springs.
Conway Springs.
Conway Springs is just a traditional football powerhouse, and they're gonna win this game.
Then we'll move on to 2-2 Arc City. Not a bad start considering they're Arc City at 3-1 Mays. Who you got?
I got Mays.
I got Mays.
I'm going against you again here, guys. I like
Oh,
Arc City.
Arc City.
I like
Arc
the Bulldogs.
City.
I like the
It's
Bulldogs.
just the Bulldogs here.
No way,
Yeah,
Mays
it's
is winning.
Upset of the week.
Mays.
Okay, and then we're staying 4A with 2-2 Rose Hill at 2-2 El Dorado.
I got El Dorado.
I'm gonna go with El Dorado.
El Dorado also.
I'm gonna go against the grain here, and I'm choosing Rose Hill. Grant Moore at quarterback. I think he has a lot of potential. He's a big body. I think he's gonna be solid.
Thanks for your
Thanks
advice.
Thanks for the input, Myers.
That big green monster.
And then our final pick of the week is 4-0 Valley Center, surprising start at Hayes, who is 1-4 and has already played 5 games. I don't know how they did that. They literally started a week earlier than everyone else. Anyways, go ahead.
I'll go with Valley Center here.
I'm gonna go with Valley Center.
Got the Hornets out of Valley Center.
Yep, Valley Center.
And that is your second edition of Sports Central. Thanks for watching.